welcome to my video. So I was basically whoops, I didn't want to do that. I was basically thinking like I want Gentoo on my gaming PC, but I didn't really feel like setting up a whole Gentoo setup. So I was looking into like backup stuff or like clone things, like how you can just transfer one system to another. There's a thing called mkstage4, mkstage4. This is awesome for Gentoo, man. So what you can do is you can get it from Portage, and you just do basically make stage 4 dash s, and you just type a name of the file. Like I usually call it by the host name, and you can copy that onto like external hard drive. And what you could do is mount that external hard drive onto another system, or you can boot up like let's say like live USB, and you can mount that hard drive, and basically you just copy that tarball file of your system. It could be from like 60 gigs or higher. It depends what you have on your hard drive. I done mine with Monster Hunter. Anyways, I was on my Arch Linux system. I do have like a spare NVMe disk that I was not using at all, so I just wanted to test this out, see if this works. So basically, I copied that tarball. I partitioned that other spare NVMe disk. I partitioned like a bootloader, and I made an XFS file system. And basically, I mounted like how you do like a normal Gentoo setup. Instead of like untarring, stage 3, you untar stage 4. Like that's the system that I backed up. So basically, you just mount the drive in your boot drive, and you can also just get Gen FS tab, and you can, because Arch Linux did not had it on the system already, so I had to get the source. So I basically just regenerate the FS tab, like I done with a regular Gentoo setup, onto the mounted disk. So that was all set up. The only thing, and then so I extract all the files, because I do have my grub on it. Like the boot sector was not being, it did copy grub, but the boot sectors weren't like my disk was not being like shown in my EFI with my computer. So I had to basically mount or just load up the live USB ISO of Gentoo, and basically mount the system, mount proc, sys, and dev, and like how you shroot into your Gentoo system on a live ISO. I did all that, and basically I just shroot it, and once I was all shrooted, basically I just grub install into the root of the boot sector of that disk, because it didn't have it. Like grub wasn't installed to the boot sector. My friend was saying like it won't work because of the boot sector, and I'm like, nah, it should work. But he was right. It was that problem. So I basically grub install to the root of, or just to the main disk. Then I just done a grub make config. You know what I mean? /boot/grub/grub dot cfg. Then I rebooted the system, and then I just put F8 and to seal my outer disk, and it showed the disk. I hit enter, and then it just went to the grub loader. I hit enter, boot up the system. So basically, I have the exact same system that I had on my B550 Plus now on that new disk on my B550A. Yeah, they're both B550 computers. They're both ASUS. They're both using Ryzen 7 5700X CPUs as well. One's a 460, one's a 360 RTX NVIDIA card. Anyways, so I changed the host name. I call it Gentoo Gaming Station. This one here is called Gentoo Workstation. So that way, like, I didn't want to have the same host name. So I changed the host name. And yeah. So I just, like, like I just unextract the stage 4 file that I created with this program. Basically, that's all you do. You basically just copy that, like stage 4 file that you created on your system, and you can put on an external hard drive, where you can just copy it onto the mounted new disk that you want to put it. Like you got to partition it, like how you do your Gentoo setup, and you just basically mount the root. You copy this to the root of that mount of that disk, and you basically just untar it like we do with stage 3, like on a regular Gentoo setup, and it basically just puts your whole system back. You just gotta fix the bootloader, and once the bootloader fixes it, it boots right up. And right now on my B550A, I'm running it, and everything works good. Everything logs in. It's just like basically transferring one that system to another. It's really cool. So right now I'm installing Final Fantasy 14, but I did have Monster Hunter on that system when I backed up. So I just load up Steam, logged in, and I basically loaded up Monster Hunter out of the box, just like that. That was like really awesome. So I'm gonna basically install Final Fantasy 14, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna make another backup for this computer and put it on the same hard drive. So I'll have two stage 4 backups for my Gentoo systems, and I can just transfer that onto another system. The only thing I wouldn't do with my B-Link, because my B-Link does not use NVIDIA, so it does sets like, because like the system that I backed up is NVIDIA proprietary NVIDIA drivers. Work fine on my other PC because it uses the same drivers, right? Because they're both NVIDIA cards. One's an RX 360 and the other one's are RX 460. They're both ASUS dual cards. One's white, one's black, but they're the same cards. Just one's just a newer model than the other one, but basically it uses the same drivers. It's really cool. This is really awesome. This makes me really like Gentoo a lot, because like something goes bad with your system, you can just repartition that disk and just use that tarball stage 4 and extract it, set up your bootloader, reboot. You got your system back going again, and it saves so much time. Like you got to set it up with one system already, but once you have one system set up already, you can just back it up with make stage 4. And this is a really nice tool. I thought I would have more problems, but the process just worked really well, and it took me less than about an hour probably altogether to unextract everything. That's because I had games installed on that tarball. But yeah, man, Gentoo, I gotta say, I really love this system a lot. Like, and that's what's great about Gentoo, because of the source base of the system. You can just take the whole system and just put it into a tarball. It's so awesome, man. Like, yeah, this is really cool. Like, saves so much time, man. Like, to set it all up like that's just great, man. Like, right now I'm just updating the Gentoo system on my B550A. So yeah, it's working just like it's the same system. I'm looking at both of them. They look exactly the same. Well, even my Arch Linux looks pretty much the same. The only difference is that the NeoFetch will show Arch Linux logo instead of Gentoo. But now I still have my Arch Linux system on the system. I have two NVM disks. Like I said, I had a spare one. So basically, I just put it on the spare disk just to test it out, and it works really good. I mean, yeah, impressive. I love Gentoo. Gentoo is a really good system, and I think anybody that's really want it, like they've been using Linux for a while, and you want to up it a level and never try Gentoo, give Gentoo a try, man. It's a really good system, and I see why a lot of like people, like hardcore people that loves Linux, will use Gentoo and say how great it is. There's a reason for that, and yeah, Gentoo is great. And I like that for that reason, because I like that because like that backup is so easy to just put that system back onto your system, right? Instead of getting stage 3, you can just make your own custom stage 4 and back up your whole system and then put it back onto the hard drive. Easy to migrate or just transfer to another PC. Like, very nice process. Like, it worked good. Like, I'm running Gentoo right now on my B558, and it's working like how my B550 Plus system works. And it's basically the exact same system, just with a different host name. But I always hit up with the same username, anyways. And yeah, everything's set up really well on this. This is, yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I got all my music, all my programs are all there. Like my Gentoo desktop, like my GNOME desktop is all saved. Everything is just like if I installed it on the, like, like it's just everything's there. It's like a clone kind of thing. This is great. This is a great tool. I know I sound very excited, but like, yeah, this is really cool. This been around with Gentoo since 2005, I think. So I mean, first time I ever seen this before, but I'm glad I found this out because this is really cool. So yeah, if you guys are using Gentoo and don't know about this, check this out. This is a very, very, very good tool. Yeah, I really, really like this tool, and I really like Gentoo. Gentoo is a great system. Anyways, guys, that is the video. It's not long or anything, just short, just something I wanted to mention. And yeah, it's really cool. Cool stuff. I just learned something new today, and I'm very happy that everything worked out as planned. Cheers.